Welcome back. In this lesson, we're going to explore the concept of inspired action versus busy action and what else you need to continue taking inspired action. Action is necessary to achieve your goals, but there's a difference between taking action out of obligation and taking inspired action. We'll also discuss the importance of embracing stillness and the joy of nothingness, allowing space for inspiration to arise naturally. Taking action for the sake of being busy can lead to burnout and frustration. However, when action is inspired, it feels effortless and energizing. Understanding the difference between forceful action and inspired action allows you to stay connected to your vision without overwhelming yourself. The ability to tap into inspired action is key to staying motivated and joyful on your journey. Let's dive into how to identify and take inspired action and discover the joy that comes from creating space for clarity and stillness in your life. The difference between inspired action versus busy action. Inspired action comes from a place of inner alignment, where your actions feel natural, joyful, and aligned with your vision. It's not forced, it's natural response to your vision and goals. Taking inspired action gives you a sense of accomplishment and a realization you are one step closer to it. Busy action, on the other hand, gives you a false sense of doing something. Whatever it is you're doing isn't really moving you closer to your vision. Busy action can look like checking your email, social media scrolling, over researching ideas, or staying indecisive on something. Busy actions are things we think are important and crucial that should get done, but are keeping you from getting closer to your goal. Here's a little word on responsibilities, either wanted or unwanted, and balancing them out. The balancing act is an art. There may be times when your responsibilities of family and other matters need to be addressed first and foremost before taking action on your goals. Learn to be flexible and ask for support along the way. What if you're not inspired all the time? What do? Great question. Take the time and embrace the stillness and space. Sometimes doing nothing allows you clarity and inspiration needed for the next step to naturally arise. We may believe taking action all the time is what moves things forward. That is one part of the equation. We also need to sit still and feel, allowing the next inspired action to arise from within us, calming the mind from all the chatter of what to do so the next best action can arise. We also need to trust the process and allow our intuition to help us along the journey. Trusting your intuition may look like we are not going in a logical order. Our intuition isn't logical. It is an inner knowing that is guiding you to the next step. Sometimes we need a nudge that will look a little different than what we're used to. You may question the validity of the action, but if it is coming from a place of ease and flow and not fear and urgency, trust your intuition and take the leap. Here's some activities. Stillness practice. Dedicate time each day to simply being still and do nothing. If you are at your desk and notice you don't feel inspired, take some time and sit quietly, meditate, or take a peaceful walk. In your quiet time, notice what your thoughts or ideas naturally arise when you're not actively trying to achieve something. Inspired action tracking. Over the next week, track the actions you take and note whether they feel inspired, forced, or busy work. Reflect on the outcomes of all three types of action and how they impact your progress and energy levels. To recap, in this lesson, you've learned the difference between inspired action and busy action. You've explored how inspired action feels more aligned and natural, and how embracing stillness can create the space needed for inspiration to arise. Remember, it's not about doing more, it's about doing what feels right and aligned with your vision. Start integrating daily stillness practices into your routine to allow space for inspired ideas and actions to arise. Reflect on your current goals and action plan and identify any actions that feel forced. How can you shift toward more inspired actions? That's it for this lesson. Prepare for the next lesson where we'll go into practical strategies for taking inspired action and staying aligned with your vision.